So I don't usually fully report and do news pieces, so I don't want to make this like a news piece, but I feel like I really have to talk about this because I find it fascinating, but I'm going to put a twist on it and we'll see how that goes. Confidence is key. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about a report from Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated, but this video is going to be about why I think WrestleMania 40 should be amazing, incredible, use every hyperbolic word to describe WrestleMania, but from the lineup, I actually think it will be spectacular. But before we dive into that, please hit subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below on what you think about WrestleMania as we talk about this, because we are into Mania season. The Royal Rumble is on Saturday, and it has big ramifications going forward, leading to WrestleMania. And a report has come out today that I have just read myself by Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated, sort of detailing what the WrestleMania card might be. So if you don't want spoilers, I will put a big spoiler alert above my face right now. Granted, card subject to change, these plans could change, but the lineup, I think, sounds incredible. And I'm very excited for it. I didn't think I would be. When I first read it, I didn't think I'd be excited for this. But the more I have thought about it, I just think, putting aside long-term storytelling and just looking at the matches that are there, I think it is a dream card of epic proportions that I think we never thought I'd see in this lifetime. So let's go through some of the matches and some of the key elements of this report, starting with the presumed main event. Now, you've probably all seen my video on why I think The Rock should not face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, but apparently this is keyed in. Apparently the match will be The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and I've come around on it a little bit. I think I had to put away the idea that I don't think I'm necessarily against the idea of Rock versus Roman. I'm against Roman being champ for another year, because that's where it feels like it's going if it's Rock Roman. I think I can articulate that quite well. I'm not against the match. I'm against Roman holding the belt for another year, because how on earth do you keep that fresh? The match itself is a huge, massive, marquee dream match that I think is just fantastic and would really, really work, especially the promos leading up to it. The promos itself would get me super hyped for the match. Whether the match delivers is another question, but a crowd can make anything. You know, one of my favourite matches of all time is The Rock versus Hollywood Hogan from WrestleMania 18. The crowd made that. It's not the best worked match by any stretch of the imagination, but I think they told a compelling story in that match, and I think they could do the same here. It might not be the best work rate wise, but everything else would be fantastic. So I've come around a little bit on that main event, but if you want to see my video, you can check it out right now. I'll try and put it above my face. So that's the big championship match there, the big undisputed championship match. That begs the question, what about Cody Rhodes? Cody Rhodes is apparently, in this report, not penciled in to finish the story at WrestleMania. Instead, it seems he may be heading to a Mania match with CM Punk, which, my God, that is another dream match of epic proportions. We never got that in AEW. Getting it now is, I think, incredibly interesting, because there's no telling who wins that match. There's no telling if it's Punk. There's no telling if it's Cody. And I think going from their promo on Raw, they could tell an incredibly interesting story surrounding this match. I think there's a great way to go to Mania. I think you have them both cancel each other out for their title shots. I think you have them both in the Elimination Chamber. Start the feud in the Rumble, have them both in the Chamber, have them both simultaneously cost each other their shots at WrestleMania. There you have the feud, you have the starter, and you can get heated promo after heated promo. I think you could do some really good stuff here. I feel like Cody would tap into that sort of old school mentality that they probably both share. The same with CM Punk. His feud with MJF is maybe my favourite feud of all time. I think they would do something in that regard leading into WrestleMania, and I'd be so excited for that. Cody not finishing the story is the big problem, in my opinion. While I think, again, this falls back on me not wanting Roman as champ. I think that's just, it's gone with me. It's over my head. I'm out of the bloodline stuff. And I wanted Cody to finish that. I think they can do it. I think they can somehow maintain a heat on Cody with this Punk feud that will, be great. I think this match will be great and this feud will be great. So I am actually very, very interested to see how that plays out. Then you've got the World Heavyweight Championship match, which is illustrated in Sports Illustrated as being Seth freaking Rollins versus Gunther. Wow. Not only is there speculation that Gunther is going to be facing Seth at Mania, apparently he's one of the favourites to win the Rumble. I didn't expect that. With a Punk and with Cody and with Drew, Gunther's probably like third on my favourites to win. But yeah, what a way to cement Gunther, Intercontinental Champion, winning the Royal Rumble, facing Seth and just demolishing him. That'd be fantastic. I would love, absolutely love, if Gunther pulled a Brock and they did a Brock Lesnar John Cena style match where Gunther squashes him. Seth's just beaten up, his leg's gone, his back's gone. Gunther kills him in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1 maybe, and there you have it. He squashes him, essentially. I don't think people would be apprehensive about that because you'd get a rematch down the line. Gunther having the Intercontinental Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship, defending both because he is a fighting champion, and that is how he eventually gets worn down and loses it after a solid reign. I'm really for that idea. It never really crossed my mind that they would do Seth versus Gunther because I didn't think they'd do a champ versus champ. I genuinely didn't. After the fiasco that was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, I didn't think they would do a champ versus champ match. But what a way to sell tickets. Champ versus champ. IC champ versus World Heavyweight champ. Sign me up. That sounds awesome. And then you've got the women's side of things. You've got Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, which I think is a dream match in the making, especially if Becky wins the Royal Rumble. And then potentially Io Sky versus Bayley. Looks like it'll be a big women's match on the card. Those are two feuds that have been bubbling under the surface and are just about reaching peak heat, especially if something happens with Damage Control in the Rumble. I'm all for that. I think that'd be awesome. And that's not even mentioning. So that's just a few of the matches. That's 5 matches I think I've talked about for Mania. That's not even going into the likes of probably Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Potentially a Kazuchika Okada appearing at WrestleMania. Potentially, the Judgment Day imploding. Potentially a cash-in. This could be a groundbreaking WrestleMania. And I think if WWE managed to iron out the 2-night thing, because I don't think they've quite got that right yet, I think this could be, dare I say it, dare I utter these words, the best WrestleMania of all time. I'm throwing it out there. If these matches come to fruition in the way that I believe they could do, you could be looking at an all-timer, an all-time great pay-per-view, all-time great premium live event. I'm giddy with excitement at the moment. If we're quite far out, I don't remember being this excited for a WrestleMania in years. Absolutely years. Because I am genuinely excited. I'm genuinely enthused about this year's WrestleMania. And it might be the greatest of all time. It might be the GOAT. The GOAT! So, I'm going to end this here. I hope I've illustrated why I think WrestleMania could be the greatest WrestleMania of all time. And I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think it's going to be awesome? Do you think it is going to deliver? Let me know everything you want down in the comments below and I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support and have a nice day.